Welcome to Hong Kong International Airport, or HKIA as it's known. It's a pretty busy place, and it's one of the more beautiful airports. I love this amazing roof that they have to it. It's just one big room, and you can see it just keeps on going. And past that wall is where you got to go through security, and that's where the gates are on that other side. You can see the golden arches right there. Hi, how you doing? I've been in China, here in Hong Kong, and in Shenzhen for the last few days on a job. And I thought I would take a minute just to show you around this airport. Now, Kanai and I showed you this in January. We were here and we took you inside into the gate area and showed you that, but we never showed you the entrance to the airport before you go into the gates, before you go through passport. Where are the trains in Hong Kong International Airport? This, I believe, is Terminal 1, and I haven't been to Terminal 2. I don't know what's different, but it's very easy to get from one to the other. You don't need a sky train. I don't remember. You might, but kiosk. You can order a touchscreen. I don't know why it's so cool to me. Eat in, take out. Let's eat in. How would you like to pay? Cash. Let's just show you the menu for like 30 seconds. What do they got here? This burger looks weird. Look at this. This is like the Cowboy Angus. I don't like anything. This is a large sausage McMuffin. A la carte menu. Beef. Wow, look at this cheesy Champion Angus burger. What are the prices? $35 for this one. That's a little bit... Oh, wow, you can choose... Did I do it right? Select the side item. What does this cost? You can customize it, select the quantity. How much is this? Okay. Wow, $64. That's like seven Hong Kong dollars to $1 US. So that's, I don't know, about $8. Okay, I'm gonna cancel the order. I'm not hungry. You can pay here by cash or credit card or app. This is really cool. So I've learned that in China, and this is Hong Kong. In Hong Kong, in China, everyone is using a WeChat app, and they pay with this WeChat app. Pays for everything. It's amazing, and everyone is paying with that, or with Alipay, one of the other Chinese-based apps. You can see this is the drop-off point, the bus that's going by there. So let's take a look a little around this airport. Wow. So this one is a dim sum restaurant, I believe. Let's look at the menu here. It's quite crowded, and you have to take a number, and it takes about 30 or 45 minutes before you actually can get a seat. Wow. The price is a lot pricier than McDonald's here. Oh, what is that? That looks really good. Assortment of crisp suckling pig. Wow, this is too high class for me. I thought it was a dim sum restaurant. I was wrong. Okay. This restaurant's too expensive. Yeah, that restaurant's too expensive for me. Across the way, this is, again, before you go through security. This one is called Suiwa Restaurant. Let's see what they got on the menu here. Again, people are asked to leave their carts outside. I guess it's okay. No one's gonna take your stuff. Or at least you can, if you want to, you can take your luggage inside. This is a touch menu. Let's touch it. Monitor. Whoops. Sorry about that. The prices here are a little bit more reasonable. Pork chop in Swedish style. I didn't come to Hong Kong to eat Swedish style, but it's kind of interesting. This is more casual meal, I guess. I'm not sure. Let's go take a look at the menu. I guess those monitors for McDonald's are so perfectly. There's the entrance, so we can see the menu here. I think the price is a little bit more reasonable than the other place. So that's the kind of fare you get here. All right, let's take you downstairs. So I always, when I come to Hong Kong, I take the express train, and you can get a round trip ticket to Kowloon, which is on the tip of Hong Kong. I don't know Hong Kong like I do Japan, but on the tip of Kowloon, you can get there. I think it's 185 Hong Kong dollars, which is about. I gotta convert everything into dollars and yens. It's not that easy, is it? It's about 7 Hong Kong dollar to 1 US dollar, I believe. You can do the math. 70, 140. It's about $22, I guess, to get in and out of the city on the express train. There's a Mujirushi to go. That reminds me of Japan. And of course, just like all international airports, there's a north and a south side to it. They're the check-in gates. Terminal 1, check-in. My flight is a 3:15 flight. We're back again. Hey, everybody. So we're losing the signal in and out. Just some dead areas inside of the airport. But I wanted to take you out towards where the train is. The express train is that way. And when you arrive in Hong Kong airport, as soon as you leave, it's so easy to get to the express trains and make your way to the city. This is one of the easiest cities in the world to get from the airport to the city center. Looking back at the airport right now, there's a McDonald's that we started. I was up on the second floor where there's some restaurants. Last time we came to Hong Kong, Kanai and I wanted to eat some dim sum and we couldn't do that inside. That restaurant was under renovation. Now they can do that. But one of the interesting things with the Hong Kong airport is they're doing everything before you even enter. You can see that they have these gates here. It's really, really super interesting. There's like these monitors here that do some sort of recognition. But you scan your passport. You scan your passport onto a thing and it does everything before you even enter. And it knows who you are. It's pretty cool. This is the future. And I think they're going to have similar technology in Japan for the 2020 Olympics. This is where I checked in, here at the Jiao counter. Look at the power of Japan. I love it. Check it out. Like in the departure hall, we have Shiseido from Tokyo, Ginza, Tokyo here, right in the center of the airport. That's pretty cool. But I gotta tell you, Hong Kong, lots of areas of it don't seem so high tech, and then many of the people have been using digital money, digital cards, longer than in Japan. So me walking around with a gimbal is not unusual in Hong Kong. Recycling. Oh, this is a famous bakery. Somebody told me that all the baked goods in Hong Kong are really good. Let's check it out. The boxes sure look nice. I might have to get one to take with me. Oh, they get free samples. One thing I did discover is that not everybody speaks English. I've had some taxi drivers that just look at me aimlessly, and I went on a ride last night coming back from Shenzhen, China. I crossed the border at around 10 p.m. and I made my way into the city of Hong Kong, and it was quite an adventure. I came by bus, and what did I have to do? Hold on a second. So to get from Hong Kong to Shenzhen, that's sort of an interesting episode. I don't think anyone's done too much on this one. You have to make sure you have the visa before you go. When we went to Shenzhen the other day, 4 days ago, we came with two other people who are actors. I came to China to help with the production. And the two actors could not get into the country because that day, that Friday, China had decided not to allow people with New Zealand passports and with Dutch passports entry into China at the border. They could do that the day before, but they couldn't do it then. So it's always a good idea to get the visa, especially if you need to get in beforehand at the embassy or the special passport section. A lot of people don't do that. But I think that it's really good in order to, especially if you've got business. And so then we walked across the border. Then we walked into China, and then from there, a friend of us picked us up in the border. But it was so easy. It is not. I was in Shenzhen in 2001. I can't remember the year exactly. I think it was 2001. And in Shenzhen, a different world than it is today. Heck of it all. But if you compare it to like 18 years ago, there is no comparison. This is the dead zone. All right, here's an interactive map of the airport facilities. I think it's touchable. I guess this is not touch. Oh, wait a second. Hold on a second. All right, not a touchable screen. With the interactive facility directors. Scan your boarding pass. What? Hold on a second. This is going to be pretty cool. All right, here's my boarding pass. Take me there. What? So I'm at gate 7. That's pretty cool. Turn right. Oh, look at this. Go through the security. That's where we were with the cameras. Walk through there. This is pretty cool. Take the escalator. What? Oh, we're downstairs. Go past duty free. Follow that dude. Arrived at gate 7. What? That was awesome. Replay. Do it again. Do it again. Where am I? Okay, you are here. Go through the north security. This is so much fun. We reserve enough time to go through there. Okay, I better go soon. This is fun. This is awesome. Go down the escalator to the next level. This is like a video game, but I'm not even doing anything. All right, go past duty free. Keep walking. Keep walking. And there's gate 7. What? And I did that from scanning my boarding pass. How cool is that? All right. Well done, Hong Kong International Airport. I'm liking this. All right, I don't want to replay. Take me to aisle. What? Okay, so that's where I checked in. That's pretty cool. So it'll tell you, based on your departure card, where to check in and then where to go after that. How to get to the gate. I like this. I like this a lot. Yeah, I'm from Ohio originally. I went to university there. Go Buckeyes. Yeah. This is pretty cool. You can also see, like, at first glance, you're like, is this Hong Kong? No, it's not. That's Sydney. There's Singapore. That's India. This is Singapore as well. This is Taiwan, Shanghai, Kuala Lumpur. You can tell. Is that the Sky Tree? It's not the Sky Tree. It's confusing. I'm looking at these monuments. Is that the Seattle Needle? The Space Needle in Seattle? Oh, Seattle's representing. Statue of Liberty, Capitol Building. I guess for Holland, they have windmills. Is there a famous windmill in Holland? There's Notre Dame. Good tribute for what has happened in the past there, Notre Dame. And St. Sophia's Basilica. But what is the basilica in Moscow? It's pretty neat. Oh, this is the building in London, I believe. It looks somewhat similar to the one in Tokyo. The Colosseum. Cool. Yeah, and then Japan's represented down there. That's Tokyo Sky Tree. Very nice. I'm always fascinated when I see the silhouettes of buildings and monuments in other countries. Like, can I figure out where these places are? Most of the time, I can. Like a store. The problem with shopping, before you go through security, is you have to take everything that you buy through security again. That sometimes is a kind of a big problem. But they do have electronic stores, they have food, they have a bank, they have pharmacy, they have a luggage store. There's a Samsonite if you need to buy a suitcase. It's pretty cool. Victoria knife. I'm not sure you'd want to buy a knife before you go onto the plane. Probably before you check in. Just saying. It's somewhat weird, but I guess they do sell luggage. Other than for knives. And there's the South Departure Terminal. So Terminal 1 is not too big. There's some buses going by. I hope that gives you kind of an overview of what to expect when you do come to Hong Kong International Airport and decide. I stayed in Mong Kok. There's no 5G in Japan yet. They've just started to roll it out, but there's not really. There's not too many phones using it, and I believe Docomo will be the first network to have 5G, and that's the phone that I'm using now. I'm right now on the airport Wi-Fi, which is why it's going in and out. Yeah, this is Hong Kong International Airport, and it's a pretty high-tech, clean place. This is the first remodeled major airport that I visited about, I don't know, was it 10 years ago? And I remember walking through here just going, wow, this is beautiful. And then the international airport in Mumbai in India opened, and I said, this is way, 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 way better. You can see the power of India in the airport in Mumbai. But Hong Kong will always be a special airport to me. It doesn't, in a way, it kind of rivals Singapore. But Changi Airport is still, despite it being an old airport that looks somewhat retro, you can see out the window there, that's Hong Kong. Changi Airport is always going to be just this amazing place to me. Singapore's airport and the airlines are amazing. Nice big windows showing off the city over there. Now, from Hong Kong International Airport to get into Hong Kong Island or to Kowloon, it takes about 25 minutes, I believe. And the train goes really fast. There's only 2 stops. Sing Yi, Kowloon, and then Hong Kong Island. And I typically will stay on Hong Kong Island, but Kowloon has a lot of really good hotels too. There's a new building that houses the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in Kowloon. Amazing building. Very, very modern. I walked through there. It's so brand new. It's so beautiful. Hey, Chunky Glass. Hey, from the Philippines. How you doing? Yeah, I think from here in Hong Kong, we kind of fly pretty close to the Philippines. It's amazing how close I am. I wish I could just jump on a plane and make my way over to Cebu or Manila or some of the islands. Would be beautiful. Recycling in Hong Kong, despite what people may think. People do recycle. So I came here about 4 days ago, and the reason was to go to Shenzhen in China to direct, to help a production and direct it for food and beverage industry and production crew. I never worked with an actor and just asked for things. People would not respond that well. But if I shouted, move very, very quickly. So I was shouting after about 20 minutes, and it took me to learn this. I started shouting for everything. The staff, and there were like 30 staff there, would move really fast. It was pretty cool. And the producer's there, and he was shouting too. And I just followed his lead and was shooting. And after about 20 minutes, it became a really easy job. 2 cameramen, we had an audio guy, but we weren't using any of the audio. We had a props guy, a makeup guy. We had runners, assistants. It was a pretty all-out production. I'll post some pictures on Instagram if you're interested in this, but that's one of the jobs that I do on the side. I kind of will do production work for companies or clients that I've known for a long time. I'm pretty much mostly YouTube, but these days, but in the past I had done TV shows on Japanese TV and a lot of corporate video productions, direct kind of stuff. It's a fun job. Usually have a lot of fun. Hey, Ramsey Silence in the house. Let's see here. Flowers, you know why. Okay, you're absolutely right. Actually, she wanted me to bring in some food, some dim sum. But I think some flowers from the airport might be pretty nice too. Thanks for that, Tim. Yeah. There you go. I don't get a chance to do my job internationally as much as I'd like because the show's called Only in Japan. But when you get a chance to travel internationally for work, it is an adventure. You do have to sacrifice the fact that you cannot be a tourist. I did not see a lot of Shenzhen, but the last night I hung out with Scotty from Strange Parts. Scotty's got a really good channel going on. He's the YouTuber who made his own iPhone from parts in a market in China, which is so cool. I think that video has like 15 or 16 million views. Definitely check it out. But Scotty made some time. He came out to where I was directing a green screen shoot, and he hung out with us for like 2 hours while we did the green screen shoot, which is crazy. And then him and one of his friends, we went out to dinner in the streets of Shenzhen. And I think I posted an Instagram story about it. But I gotta tell you something. I started falling in love with Shenzhen. It's hello. Anything can happen on a live stream. It's true. We started eating on the streets in Shenzhen, and the food and the people there are really, really friendly. It's so safe and so good. I was shocked. Again, like, I gotta give credit where credit's due. China is an amazing place. Granted, like, human rights and stuff, but put that aside, which is hard to do. But if you did, it's a really just technologically advanced place. It just blew me away. The infrastructure compared to the U.S., I can't even compare it. It's just China is like hands down is an amazing, amazing place. So, as I said, once on this live stream, you got to give credit where credit's due. China's doing pretty well. They're doing very well. So it's pretty neat to work with the Chinese production crew on this the last couple of days. Even though we were working in a restaurant, and the restaurant was rented from 7 p.m. to 4 p.m. and I went to bed around 5:30, and we woke up the next day around 1. So about 10:30, but I got back into work around 1 after breakfast. It's always really hard and challenging, but it's pretty good. Any question on Hong Kong Airport? I did do a live stream for our Patreon supporters this morning, question and answer. Okay, they had a lot of questions. Great, many Hong Kongers watching. I hope so. That's pretty cool. I'd love to do a meetup. I still got about 30 minutes. I don't have to go into the gate. All right, no real questions. Again, this is a really, really beautiful airport. I've been through here many, many times. It's a great hub. Cathay Pacific has had better days, but it's still a decent airline. And if you do get a chance to come through, to go to Japan through Hong Kong, it's actually not bad. It's a good place to stay. And if you're here for a layover, if you have about 3 hours, you can get a train to Kowloon or Hong Kong Island and see the harbor. and then get back on the train and come back. It takes you 30 minutes to get into the city and 30 minutes to get back. So you probably need about 2 hours at least to get in time to see the harbor, but you can do it. You really can do it. So I hope that that's helpful. How big would you say the airport is, Sierra McQueen? I would say, it's hard to say. Haneda, it's bigger than Haneda, but it seems smaller than Narita because Narita has 4 terminals and this has 2. But it's bigger than Haneda and smaller than Narita. Smaller than Heathrow. It's pretty big. It's on its own island. So that's why you have to take an express train into the city. It's very convenient. It's convenient to get here. Even the taxis take about 40 minutes to get to the airport, just an expressway. It's about a 4-hour flight from Japan to Hong Kong. Yeah, about 4.5 hours, I believe. I flew business class here. I don't remember because the seat was so comfortable I fell asleep. It was a really comfortable experience. How much is the return airfare Hong Kong to Narita? I didn't pay for this ticket, the client did this time. But I would say it's not that expensive. It depends on what airline. If you're flying a low-cost carrier, an LCC, you can get a flight for $200, $250 return, which is super cheap. It just depends on the time of year. Right now is the season in Japan. It's what we call Golden Week. It's going to be super, super expensive. So the flights during that time get to about $1,200 to $1,500 return. But in the off season, I think an ANA flight return to Hong Kong would be about $600, $550, $600, and a low-cost carrier would be about half that. I try to fly the national carriers from Japan, ANA and JAL, if I can, but it's not always cost-effective to do that. Kunai's back home. This is a working job, so she would just be bored out of her mind, and I'm not sure, she doesn't speak any Chinese, so she didn't really want to be sitting in a hotel while I worked and then slept all night. I mean, it wasn't a perfect trip for us to do together. But she's at home working. She'll be waiting at home when I get there. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I was only in Hong Kong for a very short amount of time. Can you find a nice view of the city at the airport? I'll tell you what. There's a dead area. The stream might go dead, but at the end of this hall, you can see part of Hong Kong. Let's see if I can get the city, all right? See at the end of the hallway? I'll take you over there. I've been to Hong Kong already twice this year, so I'm sure I'll be back again. Kanai and I want to go back to Singapore and hit Malaysia again, visit Malaysia, because I haven't been there in a couple of years. We did a really nice meetup with our viewers there, and I definitely want to get to Indonesia sometime soon and visit some of our viewers there. I met a little girl. She was 9 years old, I think. 8 or 9 years old she's from Jakarta. And when I was walking through Narita Terminal to leave to come to Hong Kong, she stopped and goes, "Are you John Daub of Only in Japan?" I go, "Yes." I said, "Who are you?" And I can't remember her name, but she says, I'm from Jakarta, Indonesia, and we watch your show, and I'm a subscriber. And I said, "Wow, well, that's awesome." And then she goes, we back to her bag and came out with a cell phone, and she took a picture, a selfie. And I don't know where her parents were. I guess they were in the restroom or something. And then she ran back and she said, "Well, have a good trip." And I said, "Okay, thank you, you too." And then I went to the gate and flew to Hong Kong. Nice little story. It was a nice go to the for JAL. That's the first class lounge. Whoa, we do have a kind of a view. How do you like that? How do you like that? Is this what you're looking for? Now, the city's on the other side, I think. You can't really see the harbor. You get an idea that we're on an island. I should have started here. I should have started the live stream here. Once again, I haven't checked in to gone through security, but that's what the view looks like. And the train comes in through there, and that's the way to get to the Hong Kong island. It kind of wraps around the bay, and then you get to the harbor. It's beautiful, huh? Look at the nice mountains engulfed in clouds. I don't know why, but today the air is really clear in Hong Kong. The last few times I've been here, the pollution coming from China has been so bad. Today it's really pretty here in Hong Kong. Lots of stuff going on down here. Smog can be quite breathtaking at times in Hong Kong. Yeah, definitely breathtaking. But it is a really beautiful day. I'm wearing a jacket. Big mistake. When I left Tokyo, it was about 8 or 9 degrees Celsius. It was a little chilly in the morning. I got here, it's 28, which is like summer. What is that? Like 80 degrees here in Hong Kong, and I'm wearing a jacket. It's pretty hot out there. Most people are wearing shorts, but I found that there were a lot of mosquitoes here, and I don't want to get bit by mosquitoes anywhere. So I just kind of have been wearing more clothes than I need to. There you go. That's Hong Kong. That's the view that we have. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So I always love looking at the airport and watching people going on a trip and wondering where are they going. And I wish I was them, back in their suitcases, boarding a flight, getting a boarding pass, going through security, and then just chillaxing at the gate, drinking a coffee or whatever, waiting for them to call the number to board the airplane. Usually they come in groups now, group A, B, and C. I'm in group, what? I don't know. Group, I don't know. I think class Y means it's a cheap ticket. I'm in class Y. Only thing after Y would be Z. Yeah. So there you go. If you have any questions, leave in the comment below. I hope this was helpful for anyone who is, class Y means economy, which is weird because the first half of this ticket was business class. Very weird. I got an economy business class. It doesn't make sense. So I don't know. I didn't buy the ticket. They bought the ticket. But they flew me business class coming and then economy going back. What does that say? I don't know what that says. What does that mean? Yeah, if you like these airport run-throughs, I'm going to be traveling some more. Definitely click the like button. I'll know that you guys want to do more, see more international airports. This is Hong Kong International Airport, and I will be back again. I'm sure of it because I can't stay away from Hong Kong. Whether I'm traveling from one place or another, Hong Kong it's like the center of Asia. And although Japan hopes to be a hub of Asia, I gotta say Hong Kong and Singapore are pretty well centered to be that. And if you do come to Hong Kong, I'll see you next time. If you do live in Hong Kong, I guess I'll see you next time. Probably do a meetup here next time. We do have a lot of Hong Kong viewers. Have a nice day, everyone.